Welcome or welcome back. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Happy full moon in Taurus. Today is the full moon in Taurus. If you're watching this on YouTube, it found you when it was supposed to. Don't worry about the time frame of anything. Hi everybody. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Thank you. Get a water, a tea, a snack, whatever you need. I'm glad to see you too, Ocean Breeze. Thank you for being here. Hi, Nikki. Hello, Cindy. I am coming live 2 days in a row, which is so funny for me. Hi, Anita. Hello, my love. I don't understand why sometimes these comments get like filtered when they're not disrespectful in any way. Like Anita just sent hand hearts and it was filtered. But when people try to attack me, those don't get filtered. Come on, TikTok, make it make sense. Do your job. Be so for real. Hi, everybody. Hi, Rebecca. Aloha, Betty. Thank you for saying you love seeing my content this week. I have been on it this week. I have been on it. Something like lit a fire within me this week, and there have been so many messages, and I've just been feeling really inspired and really creative, so I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I've been really feeling like I'm in my flop era because the views are down everywhere, money is down everywhere, which we'll talk about that in a second. And I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. It's okay. I'm okay with being in my flop era because what that means to me is that I have the freedom to create whatever I want. And I have the freedom to just create, put things out. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. It doesn't matter. Whatever sticks, sticks. And if nothing sticks, then it's just more freedom for me to continue to create. Some of you might need that message too. Maybe you resonate with being in your flop era. That's okay. You won't be in the flop era forever. And I won't be in the flop era forever either. So just embrace it, have fun with it. Try to look at it as very freeing and liberating. And know that if you're a content creator who is flopping, there are people out here who enjoy your content. There are people who are watching for you every single day, waiting for you to post, even if it's one or two people. I saw this post today where somebody was talking about how she watches this content creator every day, and then she realized that this girl only gets like 200 views. But she was like, in my head, she's a celebrity. Like, she's a celebrity to me because I'm always looking for her views. I'm always looking for her videos. I'm always looking for her content. So that really inspired me today because I woke up this morning like I don't want to work. Like I really laid in bed for hours because I did not want to work today. And I was just feeling all of these heavy emotions, especially with it being a full moon, and it's a full moon in Taurus, and Taurus rules comfort and comfortability. So Taurus likes to rest. Taurus likes to just like not do anything and be comfortable and prioritize comfort. And then I was like, I don't want to work. But it was deeper than like, I don't want to work today. It's like, I don't want to work ever. Like, we were not put on this earth to work, to suffer, to struggle. Like, we all deserve to get paid to exist. You know what I mean? But here I am working. Because the bills don't pay themselves, baby. The bills don't pay themselves. I found you again. Your reading became 100% true. I'm so happy to hear that. Welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Happy birthday, Ellie. Of course I can. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope that you enjoy your birthday. May this be your best year yet. If we didn't have morals, we'd make more, to be honest. Say it louder for the people in the back, and say it louder for the people who don't have morals and who are scamming people. Say it louder for those people so that they can really feel it. Because the reason it's taking us longer is because we have morals, because we're good people, because we aren't out here lying and scamming and stealing and cheating, right? But the people who are look like they have a lot of money. That's okay. I believe in karma. I believe in justice. So I'm not worried about it, but it's funny that you said that. By the way, did not get asked out on a Sunday, get asked out on a date Sunday, Art and Soul. It's okay, neither did I. Maybe it's this Sunday. Maybe it's this Sunday. What about that? What about if it's this Sunday? But I feel you, because it didn't happen to me either. So that just wasn't our message. It just wasn't for us, right? And not all the messages I deliver are going to be for you, and they're not going to happen in the time frame that I pick up on, right? Time is fluid. Everything's on divine timing. Sometimes I get time frames, and sometimes it will be like super spooky accurate for people, and then other people it won't happen in that time frame for, right? Sometimes I pick up on messages that might be for you months later down the road, or even like a year later on down the road, but Yeah, not everything that I say is going to resonate with you. Not everything I say is going to happen exactly for you the way that I say it either. I'm not perfect. I do my best though to deliver the messages. Suggestions for this full moon, Isabella. Prioritize comfort. That's like the main thing that I keep getting about this full moon is just prioritize comfort. Like I have my sweatshirt on, I have my sweatpants on, I have this cozy little blanket, I have a tea. So just comfort. Comfort foods, comfort clothes, comfort movies, TV shows, reading a book, taking a bubble bath, going places where you feel comfortable and safe if you do want to step out of the house. Whatever makes you feel comforted, sink into that today. All right, nothing else matters other than your comfort. Prioritize comfort. That's just what I keep getting today. Hi, Venus. So before we pull cards or anything, obviously I just want to talk because it's my channel, it's my page, and I like chatting. I want to say thank you to everybody who sent gifts yesterday. I want to say thank you to everybody who was here yesterday. If you watched the YouTube replay back and you sent super chats, or if you send money to Venmo, Cash App, PayPal for me, I really appreciate you. And I'm always asking that whatever energy you send to me is sent back to you multiplied. Some of you on PayPal, though, I can't respond. You don't have your messages available for me to respond, so I want you to know that I'm saying thank you, even though I wasn't able to respond to you. On Cash App, if you send me money, I always react to it to let you know that I got it and to say thank you. Thank you, Mindy. And then on Venmo, I always respond with a cute little thank you message, just because I want you to know that I see it, I acknowledge it, and I really appreciate it. So I just wanted to say that first, thank you. Some people did not like me talking about money yesterday. It obviously triggered them. It obviously upset them in some way. Whatever, I'm allowed to talk about what I want to talk about and whatever I'm passionate about. People who don't want you to talk about money usually want you to work for free, or they usually want to take from you and take advantage of you. And the reason I'm even bringing this up is because I posted the replay of TikTok yesterday, and in the beginning of the live yesterday, I was talking about money. I was talking about Jeffree Star making $50,000 a day, which hit me in the shower again today because that's just such like an incredible, insane amount of money. I'm like $50,000 in one day is insane. But I had talked about that yesterday, and then I posted it on YouTube, and somebody commented and told me not to worry about the money, to just deliver the messages. And I was like, okay, master, okay. All right, I'll work for you for free. You're so right. You're so right. Don't worry about the money. I don't have bills to pay. I don't need to make more money. I don't deserve more money. You're so right. Let me just put out messages for you because I work for you, right? Right? And then because I have a North Node in Libra, which is the balancing of the scales, I'm always able to see multiple sides to a situation, to a story. So part of me was like, she did mean that. Like, I know what they meant by saying that. But also the other part of her meant like, just deliver the messages that you're getting because the money will come, and you're doing God's work and you're doing good work, which means that the money will come and the money will flow. That was part of the message, but I read into things, right? And I know what people are trying to say. Like, you just want me to work for you for free. You just want me to give you my energy for free. Like, stop with that, please. Please and thank you. Obviously, you don't get where I'm coming from if you're going to react like that. I'm very grateful, and I never demand that you send me money. It is not obligatory. It's not an obligation. It's not mandatory that you send me money, which is what I want to get into now, because I want to talk about how you can support me and how you can support other creators, because I keep getting this question a lot. People are like, how can I support you? So I want to give you the list in the order of how I believe that you can support me. This is my opinion. First is not money. First is by hitting that like button. Second is by commenting. Third is by sharing the video. 4 is by watching the advertisements, because that's how we make our money, through ads, through advertisements. You don't have to watch all of them. Watch through some of them, especially if you're on YouTube. That's where the ad revenue comes from. 5th, and if you can and you want to, because like I said, it's never mandatory, and I don't want you to ever spend your hard-earned money if you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to go into debt. I don't want you to struggle by any means. That's not the point here. 5th is sending a tip or a donation. That is how you can support my content, and that is how you can support other people's art. Thank you. The engagement is what truly matters the most. And I understand that when I talked about the money thing yesterday, I did hurt some people's feelings. Some people felt bad because they felt like I was attacking them. And I don't want it to feel like I'm attacking you. I understand that I'm passionate and it was something that I really wanted to talk about yesterday, and maybe I didn't articulate it the best, but I'm still a human being. I'm trying the best that I can every day, and I'm passionate about it, right? I don't want it to come off as ungrateful or like I'm attacking you. I don't want you to feel bad. If you can't send the money, if you don't have the money, don't worry about it. But please engage with the content, because the engagement is what's going to help push me out into the algorithm, help me to gain more views, help more people to watch the video, which will in turn bring the money back to me, right? Because I believe that these apps should be paying us first and foremost. It should not be on the community to pay for the artist's art. It should not be on the community to pay for the creative, right? But sometimes we do have to rely on donations and support from our community. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that some people felt bad, and I just want you to know that I'm not talking to those of you who do hit the like button when you see my content, who do comment when you see me, who do share the videos. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who expect me to work for them for free, who are lurking behind the scenes, always watching my stuff, but can't hit the like button. Conveniently, it's too hard to tap the screen. Okay. Who never comment, who aren't subscribed, who aren't following, but are lurking. Those are the people I'm talking to. The people who are trying to take advantage of me and who don't ever reciprocate my energy, those are the people I'm talking to. Thank you. I just wanted to get that off my chest today. I love you guys, and I just wanted to try to bring that full circle and to communicate it a little bit better today. It's just annoying, like, when people pretend that they like you and people pretend that they are your friends, but it's too difficult for them to hit the like button. It's too difficult for them to support the art and the content and the creations that you're putting out there. Those are not real friends to me. Those are not really people who care about me. You know what I mean? And those are the people, it's so weird because those are the people who will watch everything that you post, bring it up to you later, but you can see on the notifications and you can go in and look at the likes. They never like the video. They never comment on the video. They don't ever share your content, but they're always watching and they know exactly what you posted because they bring it up to you. No, that's fake fan behavior. That's fake friend behavior, and I won't tolerate it anymore. So cheers to that. That's my piece. I will let it go. I just wanted to bring it up. I just wanted to talk about it. Please do not feel bad if you have good intentions and you do reciprocate my energy the best that you can. I'm not talking to you, okay? Hi, Jade. Thanks, Clobug. Thanks, Karma. Thank you, Color Addict. Thank you guys for understanding what I'm trying to say. Some of you, you get it. You get what I'm trying to say. I don't want you to give me money if you don't have it to give or if you don't want to give it, right? I don't believe that all money isn't good money, right? Just like all attention isn't good attention. I believe that. So that's my piece. We don't have to talk about it anymore. There's a couple other things I wanted to talk about, but it's like very touchy subjects, and I'm just like, well, I need to get it off my chest because I've been thinking about these things. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the people who tried to like project religion. Thank you to those of you who are sending gifts. I really appreciate you. The people who want to like preach religion and like push religion onto people, especially like in my world, thank you, Roa. Like, people will come at me with, Jesus loves you, he doesn't want you doing this, repent your sins. It's the repent your sins for me, because all I see when you say that is the crucifixion. All I see is that man hanging up on the cross, and you're doing exactly what the oppressors did to him. All you're doing is feeding the oppression. And I don't like that either. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was when I do speak up on things that I'm passionate about, when I do respond to things that are upsetting me, then I get told to be quiet, then I get told to not feed into the energy. And it's like, you're also supporting the opposition by doing that. You realize that, right? By not allowing me to have a voice, by telling me to silence myself and to quiet down about what I'm talking about, you're supporting the opposition. Whether you think that you're a supporter of mine or a friend of mine or a fan of mine or not, telling me to quiet down, telling me to not talk about the things that I'm passionate about and that are bugging me is supporting the opposition. Whether you realize that or not. Maybe some of you didn't actually realize that. Maybe some of you were like, well, just don't feed into it. Just ignore them. And it's like, sure, but to what extent? You know what I mean? At some point, we have to stand up for ourselves. At some point, we have to bring attention to these things so that change can happen, right? So by telling me to be quiet and by telling me to shut up, you're supporting the opposition. And I don't like that energy either. And I got this message yesterday where it's like, I've always been a peacekeeper. I've always resonated with being the peacekeeper, being the mediator, being the person who finds the middle ground, because I'm always able to see everybody's perspectives. That's something that I really appreciate about myself, is that I have an open mind and I'm willing to see more than one perspective. But what I'm learning is that you can't keep the peace if there is no peace already there. And some of you might resonate with this too. Like, I feel like I'm not the only one who feels this way, where you also feel like you're a peacekeeper. You also feel like the one who's always having to like keep the peace, find the middle ground, mediate, but you can't keep the peace if there is no peace already established. So part of the work as a peacekeeper is to initiate and to bring in the peace, so that way it can be sustained and maintained, right? If there's conflict, thank you so much, D. If there's conflict, chaos, confusion, then there's no peace. How can I keep the peace if there is no peace already established? So let me establish the peace. Let me teach people how to treat me. Let me talk about what I need to talk about. Then we can find the peace and I can maintain it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you. And that's all I had to talk about. That's everything I wanted to talk about. Hi, Agave babes. Newly, I've been up, baby. Hello. Thank you, Lace. Love from London. Sending love back. I actually have a little coffee jazz autumn vibes music thing going on in the background, and it's in London. So I'm happy that we're aligned. It's based off of like a London cafe. Hi, Marissa. Thank you for saying you love my energy always, Ginger. The feeling is mutual. Hi, Lissy. Hi, Noelle. Love back to you. Hi, Celia. Roa, any predictions for Pluto going into Aquarius? I don't want to get into that right now, actually. But yeah, I do have some like channeled messages I've been getting. It's like so weird because I've been channeling like 4 to 8 years into the future lately, which is insane. And like me trying to talk about it sounds completely woo-woo and crazy to so many people. So I've been like keeping this information and these downloads to myself. But when I was first getting into spirituality, reading tarot cards, channeling messages, I wasn't understanding like what the messages were, but I was delivering the messages. So I would channel for like things that were months out or things that were a year or 2 out. And it's funny because I'll go back and watch some of my older content and it like resonates with me now. And it's like, oh, when I was channeling those messages before, they weren't for us in the present moment, right? But now that I'm like a lot more in tune with my spiritual gifts and a lot more like connected, I'm able to channel for the present moment a lot easier. But now since Pluto is moving into Aquarius and we're starting a completely new era, a completely new life, it feels like I'm channeling like 4 to 8 years out. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I just got good at channeling for the present moment. Like I just got good at connecting to the present moment energy. And now you're like 4, 8 years ahead. I just know that it's going to really wake up a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of spiritual awakenings over the next 4 to 8 years. There's going to be a lot of changes in power and how we view power as a collective as well, because Aquarius is radicalism. Aquarius is the rebel. So we're already seeing it. We're already seeing the breaking down of these patriarchal societies. I'm going to be really honest with you. We're already seeing these power dynamics being broken down. We're already seeing it happen. It's just the beginning, right? So over the next 4 to 8 years, and Pluto in Aquarius is longer than that, right? But I can't channel out that far. I won't understand anything that they're telling me. This is a revolution, and it's going to bring in a lot of like community, right? Because Aquarius is also the 11th house, which talks about community and it talks about friendships. So there's going to be a lot of like friendships formed, community coming together. People who are supposed to be community leaders will be stepping up during this Pluto and Aquarius transit. And for some of these people, they're not already leaders. I expect that over the next 4 to 8 years, we will see people who are currently not in our face, who are not in a leadership position, in leadership positions. And Aquarius also rules the internet, so we're gonna see it like on our timeline, on our phones, on our social media platforms. Some of these people are going to step into leadership positions and really lead the way, lead the charge, lead the community. Pluto in Aquarius is honestly why I don't feel scared about what's going on currently in our current social climate. Like obviously it is scary, but I think that it's more of a distraction, more of an illusion, a facade than anything. It just looks real you know, because these people have gotten really good at making things look real and scaring the collective. And this has been happening for centuries and centuries and centuries, where they use fear-mongering to control people. So that's just what we're seeing more of. But I believe that this Pluto in Aquarius is going to help us see the truth, see through the lies, see through the illusions and the masks and the facades. I'm very excited for it. It does feel like, thank you, Erin. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I see your content. Keep going, keep posting your content. I see you. Anyway, revolution. It really feels like there is revolution happening, and we're just gonna see more of it over the next 4 to 8 years. So it does feel kind of like big and heavy and furious, but there's also the polarity where it's like it's going to be slow. Pluto is the slowest moving planet, right? I think it takes like 40 something years. I could be wrong, don't quote me, but I think it takes like 40 something years for that planet to move into another sign. So it's going to be very slow moving as well. And I believe that it's going to bring in balance too. That's my predictions. Those are my little chats about Pluto and Aquarius, but I'm sure you'll get more out of me in the future. Like I said, though, it's so much, and it's so far out that I'm like, I don't really know. I don't really know. Oh, thank you, Tate. Oh, I'm gonna pronounce your name wrong. I'm gonna call you T. I see you, though. How can I purchase a private reading for you? That's also something I wanted to talk about, so thank you for bringing me back down to earth. Thank you for grounding me. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, information is in my bio on TikTok and Instagram. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, I have a website that is in my bio. You can click on that. You will click on the personal readings button. It will open up all of the services that I offer. I offer pre-recorded readings. I offer Google Meet readings, like a live one-to-one session, and the range of prices ranges from $22.22 to $188.88. So it's a pretty big, wide range of affordability because I want to make sure that people can get a reading from me, but I also don't want it to be too cheap. You know what I mean? Because cheap attracts cheap, you know, and we're high quality, high vibes over here. So if you're on TikTok or Instagram, the website is in my bio. If you're on YouTube, the link is in my description box, as well as my other platforms are in the description box on YouTube too. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this, not only to promote my personal readings, but I want to let you guys know that I'm actually about to go on a break. So I've already marked off, I think, December 10th through the middle of January, but I'm going to change that. I'm going to be not doing personal readings from December 10th through the whole month of January. So I'm taking a big break off from doing personal readings. So if you want a personal reading with me, now is the time to get it. I lowered my prices this month specifically so that more people can get in before I close down my readings for the middle of December through January. So yeah, thank you for asking about the personal readings, and thank you for letting me talk about that because I needed to bring that up. I just forget to talk about these things because I'm not huge on like promoting myself and like selling things to you. But obviously I need to do that so that I can make money, right? You get it. Thank you for asking. Taya, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for telling me the pronunciation. Hi, Mari. Somebody said charge your worth, babe. And you're right, thank you. It's just that some of these people, and I don't want to throw judgment or cast any shade onto people, but some of these people charge like $500 for a reading. Like I just saw this reader yesterday and I was looking at her services and there was nothing under $300 for a personal reading. And I was like, that's wild. But I mean, if that's what she believes that it's worth, then pop off. I can't be mad at that. But I was just like, that is an astronomical number to me. But I also understand that some of these people have like huge platforms, like 500, 600, 700K, millions of followers. So they have to price it at that way because supply and demand, right? So if they were to, say you have 1 million followers and you price readings at like $30 to $40, there's gonna be a lot of people who can afford that. And if you're only one person doing it, it's gonna be impossible for you to get all of those readings done. You know what I mean? So I understand it in that aspect too. I was just like, wow, that is such a large number to be charging for readings, but that's their prerogative. I'm not mad at them. I'm not casting shade or judgment. I am just observing. There are a lot of people I know in the space charging $25,000 for coaching programs. Marissa, thank you for saying that, but that is actually insane. insane. That's actually crazy to me. Wow. You're okay. 1.1/1. How do I prefer tips? Whatever feels right to you. I would say that I prefer Venmo, because Venmo, I'm able to actually like get the money right then and there, and Venmo doesn't take any money from me. Cash App, PayPal, they do take a percentage, and then if you tip on YouTube or if you tip on here, I don't have access to it immediately, but that's not a problem. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for anything that you send, and I'm very appreciative. But if you were asking me my preference, I would say Venmo, and my Venmo is Chandler Mastin. But you can find that in my description box on YouTube too. If you want to go to YouTube, one of my videos in the description box, you can just click on the link. I think I need to make a link tree so that I can put it on my TikTok and Instagram bios, so that way it has everything, like all of my my Instagram, my YouTube, my TikTok, tipping options, my website, things like that. I'm also planning on bringing a deck into the 3D, like my own personal deck, my own creation. I'm planning on bringing it into the 3D, into real life, this upcoming year, 2025. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to jinx anything, obviously, but I think that it's time that I maybe start selling my own products too, and like selling my own stuff. So there's a deck coming. It's going to be my time frame deck, spoiler alert. It's not going to be like an oracle deck or a tarot deck. It's going to be my time frame deck because I've been working on this for years, and I think that it's finally time that I actually put it into production and put it out there. I just also want to figure out a way where I can make it affordable, you know, because I don't want to put out a deck that's like $70, $80. You know what I mean? I want it to be affordable, and I want it to be accessible. But I also want to be able to like make profit off of it and be able to control what I'm doing, because I'm such a control freak. It's actually low-key a problem sometimes. I'm such a control freak. I'm like, I want it to be this way, I want it to be that way, I want to have control over it. If it were up to me, I would make all the decks myself, I would package all the decks myself, I would send them out myself, like I would be the only person doing it. But I realize that that's probably not possible, and probably not the best for me and my health. You know what I mean? But yeah. Oh, thank you for saying you're excited. That means a lot to me. Thank you, Orsi, for the hearts. I'm ready to pull cards now. Thank you guys for allowing me to chit chat and talk about whatever I want to talk about. I'm grateful for you. I know that some people only come here to try to siphon my energy and take from me, but I appreciate those of you who actually care about me and actually care about what I have to talk about. That means a lot to me. I told you I woke up this morning and I didn't want to work. I was really in like a heavy energy this morning, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. And I've been taking a break from smoking. And this morning I was like, I want to smoke. Like, I don't care about anything. I don't care about anyone. I don't want to work. Like, I just want a pre-roll. Like, let me go get a pre-roll. I didn't, which is partially why I'm here, because I'm like, well, let me talk to my friends. Let me talk to my community. And if I still end up wanting a pre-roll later today, I can do that. But I have been like taking a break from those things. I've been completely sober. So yeah, I just had this thought today. I was like, I want a pre-roll. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, gorgeous, back at you. I'm ready to pull cards. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors, for the beautiful messages that we will channel today. The energy has been so dense, Marissa, I know. Hi, Dustin Weekends. It'd be like that. See, you get me. You get me. Thank you, Moon. Hi, Mena. Hi, beautiful. All right. Spirit, angels, ancestors, what are the messages for the collective for our highest good regarding this full moon? Fresh starts. Yep. Beginnings, endings leading to beginnings, which is partially what I wanted to talk about, because we're in a full moon in Taurus right now. And this energy will affect us for like the next week. It's already been affecting us all week, but the Taurus full moon is today. It is tonight. So if you can get outside and go look at the moon, you're being encouraged to do that. Go look at this beautiful moon. I believe that it's like the last super moon that we'll have in 12 months, if I'm correct. So go outside, look at it, soak it in. I'm gonna try to get in the hot tub. Thank you, Bird. The origami is so cute. I appreciate you. But I have this ritual of like getting into the hot tub and like just soaking in the full moon rays and soaking in the full moon vibes. So I'm going to do that tonight, or try to do that tonight. But yeah, the full moon is an ending, right? So full moons talk about releasing, they talk about endings, they talk about illumination, things coming full circle. So there are endings that are going on in our lives, but every ending is also a new beginning, because everything is in a cycle, right? So just because something is ending doesn't mean it's the end of everything. You're still breathing, you're still living, you're still existing. So there are beginnings happening at the same time, and that's what this card is saying. Fresh starts, right? So I see fresh starts coming in here, new beginnings. I think that that's what Spirit kind of wants to talk about here. I'm seeing the ending of third-party situations, right? And it's interesting because some of you, this may have to do with like a love triangle, or there may be somebody in your life who like is interested in somebody else or is dating somebody else, but that's not fully what I'm getting here. What's interesting is I'm getting like the fruit. The food is important, and we're in the Taurus full moon. Taurus likes their food. They like their comfort foods. But what I'm getting here is like the ending of bad habits, truly, is what the third party feels like, because this third party energy is giving me like escapism. It's giving me like, well, I'm going to throw myself into anything that helps me numb myself or helps me forget about what I'm currently feeling. And for some of you, the reason that there is a third party situation is because they're interested in you, but the feelings they feel for you are so intense, so they numb that feeling by going and being with somebody else. That's your business. But I'm also getting like some people, they're using food, or they're using substances, or they're using work as a third party to get away from whatever's currently going on. And I'm getting that that's what's coming to an end. People are starting to see that they're using these vices to help distract themselves, or to help numb themselves or escape from what's really going on. For some of you, the relationship thing isn't about another person. They could be using job as a third party. Take everything how I say resonates. Like how it resonates for you, take it how it resonates, okay? Because I'm reading a bunch of different people's energy, and this is the first card we've got now, but it's giving me so many messages. For some of you, it feels like there's somebody that you're currently connected to romantically, or it could be a friend, but instead of addressing what's going on with you guys, this person is like focusing on work, because they're like, well, if I just work and work and work, everything else will sort itself out. I don't have to worry about this situation with this person. I can just focus on work. But that's what's coming to an end. They're done doing that. And for some of you, it could be like another habit that they're like focusing on. Like, I don't know, maybe they really like to play video games, or maybe they really like food. So they just like focus on that instead of the relationship or connection to you, whether it's family, friend, or romantic. That's what's coming to an end. The third party is coming to an end. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, we're seeing triggered. We're seeing triggered. Some people are triggered by these messages. I can't help that, you know? I can only deliver the truth and deliver the messages that are coming through. I'm also getting that part of what this third party energy is because somebody's triggered by you, by your energy. So it's like, instead of addressing the situation, instead of healing the situation, they run to a third party. Again, whether it's another person, food, some sort of vice, money, a job, whatever it might be. Some of you might be dealing with this too. Like, this could be you choosing other things instead of focusing on the current conflict or what is actually affecting you or triggering you. But this full moon is telling me that that energy is coming to an end. Like, you're getting the clarity, you're solving it, you're figuring it out. That's what's supposed to be happening. We're seeing temptation. Yeah. The third party is tempting, right? Of course it is. That substance is tempting. That other person might be tempting. The money is tempting. But it's not long lasting, it's not fulfilling. It's temporary. Temptation is temporary. Thank you, Spirit. A lot of T's out here too. So the initial T could be significant, first, middle, or last. Tell me more. Soulmate. This is a part of the new beginnings. Literally the conversation we had last night, Swords. I love you too, Harmony. I love you, babe. Soulmate. This is a part of the new beginnings that are manifesting. Friendship, whether it's friendship, something romantic, or just some sort of strong connection that's coming in here, that's a part of the fresh start and the new beginnings. Okay. Yeah, now we're seeing air. Soulmates are in the air. Love is in the air. I can't deny it. I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop thinking about it. And that's also partially why people are choosing third-party energy, because love is in the air and because they're triggered by the feelings of love, right? So it's like, imagine that you are somebody who is triggered by love and triggered by somebody talking about love. You're going to want to escape it. You're going to want to hear anything else that doesn't talk about that. You're going to want to go anywhere else that doesn't feel like love. So the third party, if it's another person, it's just a temptation. They don't actually love that person, but the feelings they have for you are so strong and so intense. They can tell that love is in the air. So it's easier to go over there. Now, for most of you, it doesn't actually have to do with another person, but it's like love is in the air. They can feel this love so intensely. They recognize the soul bond to you, so they focus on money as the third party instead of feeling the feelings. They focus on something else other than feeling the feelings, right? But that's what I feel like is coming to an end, right? Because Taurus, full moon, endings. And it's like, I can't ignore these feelings I feel for you anymore. That's what I'm getting from somebody, from your soulmate, from your divine counterpart, twin flame. You put the labels where they go. That's not my job. You put the labels where they go. And it's like, somebody is like, I can't ignore this anymore. Obviously, I'm feeling some type of way for a reason. Obviously, I'm triggered and I'm numbing, escaping for some reason. And this Taurus full moon is like forcing them to look at it, right? Because full moons illuminate things. So the full moon's like forcing them to look at the truth of the situation. Okay, got it. Soulmates are in the air, love is in the air. Air sign could be significant, but doesn't have to be. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Let's keep going. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, tables are turning, times are changing. Yep, thank you for the gifts, Arena. Thank you, Moon. Tell me more about this soulmate energy. Yep, Six of Cups, which is also a soulmate card. And it also talks about reconciliation, which I did just post a video on TikTok talking about reconnection, reconciliation. Some people didn't want to hear that. Some people were triggered by that. Somebody flipped me the bird, whatever. I don't care anymore. Six of Cups, soulmate. This is a part of the new beginnings that are happening. And there could be a reconciliation here with somebody. And I don't feel like it's anything longer than 6 months ago. So if you're thinking of somebody who is from 6 months longer, from 7 months or longer, that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about something like within the past 6 months. This could even be like a week ago. There's been no contact. You haven't heard from this person in like a week. That can still resonate with reconciliation, reconnecting energy. But it does feel like there is some sort of coming together type of an energy with this Taurus full moon. They're like, okay, I can't ignore these feelings anymore. You're helping me grow. You're helping me learn about myself. I'm obviously feeling so triggered and wanting to escape for a reason. Let me see the truth of this. Let me come back. Let me figure this out. That's what it feels like. Okay. For some of you, it's not a past person. I know. Don't get all upset with me. It's a newer energy, but there is this energy of familiarity, right? Because if it's a soulmate, you're going to recognize this person, whether you've met them or not. There's going to be a feeling of familiarity, of recognition, right? So for some of you, it is a new person completely. Again, take it into your story, how it fits, okay? But it does feel like that's part of the new beginnings, soulmate energy. Now, for some of you, you're already in a romantic situation. This is about friendship. So there could be like a reconnection of friends or of family members, because I know some of you might be disconnected from family members, whether it's like a child or a dad or a mom or an aunt or whatever, a sister, brother, it doesn't really matter. This could be friendship or family as well, who you will be reconnecting with around this time, because it feels like this Taurus full moon is like illuminating everything. And it's like, what I'm getting from the other person's perspective, and maybe you might resonate with this too, is it's like, we're really trying to remember why we're mad at each other. It's like, okay, what happened? Am I really mad at this person still? And maybe some of you are, right? And I'm not here to discredit that by any means, but what I'm getting is that if these are like friends, family members that are reconnecting with you, it's like so much time has passed, and it's like you value the connection with each other so much more than whatever triggered you to leave in the first place. And that's what I'm getting. And I know everybody won't resonate with that. For some of you, it is like a new friendship or new family members, soul tribe members who are going to be manifesting as well, especially over the next 6 months with the Six of Cups, because it's time for you to connect with your soul tribe. It's time for you to connect with your soul people, you know? That's a part of these new beginnings that Taurus is bringing in, this full moon in Taurus is bringing in. And it makes sense that we got the 6 months card, because 6 months from now we'll have the new moon in Taurus, right? That's how the moon cycles work. So we have the full moon in Taurus now. 6 months from now, the lunar cycle will be new moon in Taurus in May. So there could be something about now and 6 months from now with the new moon in Taurus that could be significant here. Okay, I'm getting that the next 6 months are going to be better than the last 6 months. That's good to see. Some of you have had a really rocky past 6 months, especially in your love life, in your personal life, in your connections world, when it comes to friends, family members, connecting to other people. It's been pretty rough. I see that. I'm getting that you've been learning to love yourself, and that's been triggering other people into learning to love themselves as well. But see, some people don't want to love themselves. Some people don't think that they are lovable. Some people don't like looking at their darkness and finding the love within it, but you have done that and you're inspiring so many people to do that as well. So keep doing that, but it also looks like that is part of what's going on here. You've learned to love yourself, especially over the past 6 months, and so the next 6 months is going to reflect back to you all of the love that you've given to yourself. And it's going to come externally from other people, is what I'm getting. Okay, beautiful energy. Anything else that you want to say, Spirit, about these new beginnings that are coming in for collective? King of Pentacles, money, money, yeah. King of Pentacles is Taurus, so I'm glad that this is showing up. The cards are literally spot on. Like, it's so funny how this happens. Because we talked about the moon cycle, 6 months, the new moon in Taurus, but then the King of Pentacles is a Taurus card for me as a reader, and the full moon is in Taurus. All right, and Taurus does like to make money. Taurus likes money. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate you. So it looks like over the next 6 months, you're going to be making new money. More money is going to start coming in for you guys, for us. That's a part of the new beginnings. Some of you might be getting new jobs over the next 6 months, and it feels like jobs that you're really passionate about, jobs that emotionally fulfill you, jobs where it's like you don't hate getting up in the morning, you know? I know we've all been there, and if you haven't been there, good for you. I hope you never have to experience what it feels like to wake up in the morning and to resent going into work, to resent the time that you woke up, to resent breathing because you have to go to work. What it feels like is these new jobs or this new money that's coming in is going to be emotionally fulfilling. So when you wake up in the morning, you don't hate going to work. You're like, I can't wait to go to work. Actually, it's the complete opposite. Yeah. The King of Pentacles could also be like a promotion. At work, there could be a promotion happening for you in the next 6 months, could be sooner, but the King of Pentacles is somebody who's like in charge, right? Somebody who is the boss. Very interesting. So some of you might be becoming the boss, or you could be becoming your own boss, because for some of you, this could be like a completely different career. Like maybe you're going to have a completely different career over the next 6 months, something that you've been manifesting. You're like, I don't like this current job anymore. I don't like this current career path anymore. Please get me out of it, Spirit. So over the next 6 months, you're going to be presented with new opportunities for you to change your career path if that is something that you want, which is really beautiful too. And it also feels like for those of you who are changing career paths, not only are you going to feel more emotionally fulfilled, you're also going to make more money. The King of Pentacles is the silent millionaire. This is the silent millionaire, okay? So I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire, but some of you, hey, you might be. You might be. Claim that for yourself if you want that. Nothing is beyond your reach. But it just feels like the career change is really good for you, especially over the next 6 months because of the emotional fulfillment and because you'll be making more money this way. Got it. For some of you, this is your soulmate who has a lot of money. Okay, this is your soulmate who maybe is an entrepreneur, a boss, a CEO, comes from money, and they're reconnecting with you or connecting with you for the first time over the next 6 months, and they have a lot of money and they're providing for you, which is really good. I like that too. Okay, anything else? I'm hearing the message from yesterday about don't come off the top shelf for people who can't reach. And some people, especially masculines, will call you a gold digger for wanting to be dated and romanced and wined and dined and treated, but you're not. And I'm going to tell you why you're not. It's because you're able to provide all of this for yourself. So you're attracting somebody who can give you what you're able to give for yourself. The people who want to call you a gold digger or want to try to say that, it's because they don't feel that they're good enough for you. And it's because they don't feel that they have enough to offer you. So they want you to come off the top shelf so that you can be around them. I said what I said, but you're not a gold digger because you're able to give all of this to yourself. And you have been giving all of this to yourself for so long. Some of you are your own boss. Some of you are your own financial advisor. Some of you pay your own bills. Some of you are your own chef, your own maid, your own this, your own that, your own personal assistant. Like, you have reached a point of being able to give everything to yourself, which is why you're attracting somebody who wants to give all of this to you. Right. Okay. Thank you. I can just feel that there is some like karmic energies trying to call us like gold diggers or trying to like call us out, but it's like, no, I'm not after anybody for the money. I'm not. I'm really not, because I'm able to provide everything for myself. But do I expect and deserve to be treated? I absolutely do, because I give it to myself. Right. And if you can't match my energy, that's okay. Go find someone else. Right. It's like, we don't want you either. That's what I feel like they're not understanding. The people who are trying to attack us for this energy are so weird to me, because it's like, we don't want you either. We didn't ask for you to come play in our playground. We didn't ask for you to come over here. You did that all on your own, right? That was your prerogative. You got triggered. I didn't do that to you. Anyway, Knight of Pentacles. You're trading in the Knight of Pentacles energy for a King of Pentacles. All I can do is laugh. Like, all I can do is laugh about it. It's just so funny to me. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, everybody who's sending gifts. And then we're the problem. No, I know. It's like, how did you come to this conclusion? It's insecurity, babes. It's literally insecurity, babes. Just say you're insecure and move on with it. Just say you're insecure and move on with it. Nobody asked for your money. Nobody asked for it. But you're trading in a Knight of Pentacles energy for a King of Pentacles energy, especially when it comes to work, finances, and your love life. So what I'm getting is, like, for some of you, you've waited a really long time for these new beginnings, for these soulmate connections, for this money, for this job, etc. And it's starting to come in for you over the next 6 months. That's a part of the new beginnings. And so you're trading in the Knight of Pentacles energy, which is waiting, patience, something that takes forever, it feels like, for the King of Pentacles, which is something that's already planted, something that's already grounded, something that already exists, something that you no longer have to wait for because you've gotten it. You see how in this card, this person is like coming to offer something, like they're taking the pentacle and giving it, versus the King of Pentacles already has it in his hand. Yep, and then there was loud engines outside. So loud engines could be confirmation for you as well. Motorcycles, jets, planes, things like that could be confirmation of this. It's coming in. The new beginnings are happening. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Tanya. Any other new beginnings that you want to talk about for collective? For some of you, this is also about like making more money. I'm getting something about like your current job doesn't care about you, or for some of you, you've recognized that like these jobs don't care about you, and so you're becoming your own boss to get away from this because you care about you, or you're finding some sort of new job which pays you more money, or you're not overworking at your current job. You're meeting expectations, because the idea of exceeding expectations doesn't exist. The idea of getting a 5 on your performance review doesn't exist. They dangle that carrot in front of you so that you'll work harder for less money. But they're never going to tell you that you exceed expectations, and they're never going to give you a 5 on the performance review because they want you to keep working hard for them without getting the extra pay. Right? I said what I said. I understand how some of these businesses and corporations work behind the scenes. It's very greedy, right? And some of you are like, I can't work for these people anymore. I can't do this anymore. And if you have to pay bills, I understand that. But you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to meet expectations. I'm not going to overperform. I'm not going to come in on my days off. I'm not going to do more work than is necessary. If it's above my pay grade, it's above my pay grade. I'm not doing that for you. I'm not staying late for you. I'm clocking out at 5 p.m. because that's when my time is up. And if you don't like it, then pay me more money, right? Which I think in turn could actually get some of you more money. Like, I'm not telling you to do this, right? I'm not like telling you that this is what you should do, but it feels like some of you are like, okay, I see how you're trying to take advantage of me in the workplace. I see how you're trying to get me to come in on my days off to work overtime but not pay me for it. I see how you're trying to get me to do more work that is outside of my pay grade. So I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna do what is asked of me, what's actually my job description. And then it's like, oh, The people who do sign off on your checks, the people who are in management are going to respect you more for this. And they're going to be like, oh, maybe we should give you more money. Maybe it is time to give you a raise. And maybe it's time to give you a raise that's more than a quarter. How many of you have gotten raises that were only a quarter or less than? Right. It's like, I worked this whole year for you to give me a 25-cent raise? Are you serious? Are you serious? And you saw my work ethic, and you saw the work that I put in, and you saw how I came in on my days off, and you're gonna give me a quarter? I don't think so. I don't think so. So it's like, in a way, you're shifting up your energy, which is kind of demanding more respect, but also like demanding more money in a way. Very interesting how that's happening. Very cool. I appreciate you, I respect you, and I see the work that you're doing. It's like, if you want me to stay later, well, then I'm gonna need overtime for that. I'm gonna need the overtime pay for that, which is time and a half if I'm not correct. So you're gonna have to change my pay. You know what I mean? When the minimum wage, but that's accurate. Minimum wage is real. When the minimum raise happens, not the actual raise. Right. They wait until the minimum wage raises in that state to finally give you the raise. I don't think so. And then they want you to work harder? This is giving work smarter, not harder. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I love your energy too, Layla. Minimum wage. Raldis gets it. It's funny, because it is minimum wage. Why are we doing this for minimum wage? Why is the minimum wage still so low when we have billionaires? When these companies make so much money, when these corporations have so much money and then they flaunt it. These people who are high ups, they're out here on vacation. They're out in Fiji. They're out in Cabo. And then they're posting online like, look at how wonderful my life is. But their workers are being paid minimum wage, having to work multiple jobs to support their family. Disgusting. Disgusting. And I will call you out on it. I hope some of you are watching, actually. I'm calling you out on it. It's disgusting. Pay your workers a livable wage. The fuck? The fuck? I said what I said. And it's actually really gross because in Oklahoma, the minimum wage is still $7.25. And I know that the cost of living is different in all of these states, so I get it. But it's like $7.25. I lived in Oklahoma for 7+ years. I had to have 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, to be able to pay my rent, to be able to buy groceries and pay my bills. $7.25 isn't gonna do shit on a 40-hour work week. It isn't. No. And then you get paid every 2 weeks, but you have to work every day. Miss me with that. Miss me with it. Oh, it's so low, right? I know. But you have to keep in mind that the cost of living is much cheaper out there. It's just like, I don't think $7.25 is enough. And when there was that minimum wage pay raise, I want to say a couple of years ago, a lot of these states didn't do anything. A lot of these states didn't raise the minimum wage. It's still $7.25 in Oklahoma. So, yeah, disgusting on my opinion. Let's keep going. What else is happening? Literally had to use savings to pay for travel to work. That's insane. Like, if they want you to work, if they want you to come to that place, then they need to pay you a little bit more, or offer to pay for your Uber or something. Like, offer to pay some of your gas. Part of me is like, somebody put me in charge. But then I'm like, no, don't put me in charge, because I will tear all of this down and we will start from the beginning. We will start all the way over. Anyway, let's keep going. Yep, 5 of Wands and the 9 of Swords in the reverse. I like this. The new beginnings that are happening are you standing up for yourself and you standing up for the people who are a part of your collective, who are a part of your tribe. And you don't need to be worried about it. You don't need to be worried about you standing up for yourself, or you creating conflict or confrontation, especially in the workplace, but in general, like, you're allowed to speak up on things that you are upset about. You're allowed to speak up on things that are bothering you. You're allowed to, okay? If other people are afraid of the confrontation, that's a them problem, not a you problem. This is also giving me this energy of some people might be trying to tell you to be quiet about something that they said or something that they did, whether it's in the workplace or not. But I will die on the hill that if you didn't want me talking about it, you shouldn't have done it. Right, we can't go back and erase the words that you said. We can't go back and change your behavior or your actions, but I'm allowed to talk about it because you did it, because you put it out there, right? So don't let anybody try to overpower you in the next 6 months, but ever. Don't let anybody try to like put fear into you, try to scare you, try to like tell you not to talk about something or not to bring something up because it'll just create confrontation or conflict. Sometimes we need confrontation and conflict to create change, right? And if they didn't want you talking about what they did, they shouldn't have done it. And I believe that. Now, I do believe that sometimes we do beat a dead horse a little bit too much, and maybe we talk about the same things over and 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 over again. But know when it's enough. Know when you've said your piece, and know when you're done talking about what you need to talk about and bringing up what you need to be bringing up. Because some of this energy does feel like constant complaining energy, which may not be coming from you. It could be coming from other people who just constantly complain, but then don't ever take action in their life to make the changes. So it's like, I'm with you on talking about things that bother you and talking about things, and even complaining I can find validity in, right? But it's like when we keep complaining and keep complaining and keep complaining and we keep talking about the same things over and over again, we're not taking any different actions to make change, then I'm like, okay, enough, right? That's kind of what this energy feels like too. So it's like, know when you're done talking about something, know when you're done bringing up something, know when you've said your piece. Don't keep harping on the same thing over and over again. Yeah. Okay. Any other messages, Spirit? We're gonna pull these cards. Yeah, it is pretty fake. The Five of Wands can be very fake energy. It's people who just want to create like problems. Some people like the drama, right? I was learning that about the platforms today. So when I'm in the shower, I channel a lot of messages. Water helps me to channel because I have a Cancer moon and a Cancer Mars. So water helps me a lot, especially in Scorpio season, which is a water sign. Getting in the water, being in the shower, taking baths helps me. And I was channeling about how these platforms push out drama. They push out conflict because it sells, because it makes them money, right? I've just been scrolling through my feed and I keep seeing like a lot of like drama, and I keep seeing a lot of like chaos and confusion and conflict. And I'm like, oh, this is getting millions of views, which is bringing money into these platforms and into these companies. That's why they keep pushing it out there. And then I keep comparing it to myself because my views have been so low the past few months. And like, don't get me wrong, it is what it is. It's obviously happening for a divine reason, but it's like, my content isn't being pushed out there because I'm not dramatic. I'm not creating conflict. I'm not creating problems. I keep seeing so much drama being pushed because drama sells. Sex sells. Taboo sells. But it's fake. This drama is fake. This Five of Wands drama is fake. It's so petty and low vibrational. It's all fake. It's all imaginary. All right, Spirit. Any other messages that you want to say to the collective today? We're seeing commitment, committed. So some of you do have some sort of like new relationship manifesting, where there is commitment, where there is engagement, where there is a ring being put on someone's finger. Congratulations. It's interesting that we have this triggered middle finger and then we have the ring finger with the ring being put on it. The third party situation is over. For some of you, the third party situation is really coming to an end with this Taurus full moon. And like I said, the third party could be another person. For most of you, it feels like it's not. It feels like the third party is some sort of escapism. And for some of you, it really feels like they're using money and job as the third party to escape how they're really feeling about you in this connection. But that's what's coming to an end, and the new beginning is an offer of commitment. It is some sort of like engagement or dating, whatever stage of the journey that you're on, right? But this card says proposal, marriage, next steps. And it feels like there's someone here romantically who wants to talk about the future, who wants to talk about the next steps with you and what it means to be in a relationship with you and where this relationship is going. If you don't have that now, it looks like it's coming in over the next 6 months, right? Between now and the next new moon in Taurus in May. If it's not about romance, if it's about family members and friends, you're attracting people who are coming in to be loyal and coming in to stay, right? Try not to worry too much about the engagement ring if that part doesn't apply. It's just about committing to the journey that the two of you are on together, committing to the connection that the two of you have. Whereas maybe in the past we were triggered or we went our separate ways. For some reason, I'm getting that that's coming to an end with this Taurus full moon energy. And part of the new beginnings are you guys coming back together or coming together and staying loyal to each other on this path now. Because it feels like whoever this is, you guys have learned your lessons separately. But for some of you, there is a soulmate here who's going to be engaging over the next 6 months. There's some sort of engagement or marriage happening in the next 6 months for some of you with a soulmate. We're seeing value. This card says priorities, self-worth, and appreciation. Yeah, your priority is your own value. And I'm getting that people are starting to see how you prioritize yourself and how you value yourself, which is attracting people who will then value you and prioritize the connection with you because you've been prioritizing the connection to self. It really feels like everything that you've been doing for yourself, where you haven't been seeing results outside of yourself, you're going to start seeing the external manifestation of that over the next 6 months. And it starts now, here, today. So all of the self-love you've been giving to yourself, all of the valuing yourself, all of the affirmations, all of the healing that you've been doing, all of the purging, crying, all of that, you're going to see the external representation of that over the next 6 months, which is going to be people who come in and who are loyal to you, who are committed to you, who value you and appreciate you and see your worth and mirror your worth back to you. And then we're seeing friendship. For some of you, I keep getting that somebody wants to be more than friends. I'm trying to work on my body language, so maybe I shouldn't cross my arms, but some of you, you might have your arms crossed about this type of an energy because you're like, whatever, like I've heard this, I see this, I know this, but like deep down within your spirit, like you know that it's happening if I'm talking to you, right? I understand that some people get triggered and some people are like, I've been hearing the same thing forever. I'm not talking to you then, obviously. But I am talking to those of you who deep down know it, but you might have like bad body language where it's like you might be coming off as a little closed off right now, maybe unintentionally, but it's kind of like I've waited for so long, I don't even care anymore. That's the type of energy that it feels like. So maybe some of you, you do need to be a little bit cautious of your body language. But what I'm getting here is it's like, somebody wants to be more than friends. For some of you, you already have a friend who feels like a soulmate to you, but it's just a friendship. And we haven't talked about whether it's going to be more than friends, whether it's not going to be more than friends. Like some of you really can't get a read on this situation because maybe they're not communicating and maybe they've been distancing themselves from you because the feelings they feel for you are so strong. And I'm getting that a part of this new beginning is being more than friends, because it looks like going from friends to marriage, like friends to a committed relationship. And that'll be for some of you. For others of you, that won't resonate. I also feel like part of what's upsetting here is that this person is like worried that if they do try to be more than friends with you, like if they do try to push that boundary, then you might reject them and it might ruin the friendship. But I don't see that in this situation. In this particular situation, it feels like you're also welcoming of being more than friends with this person. But they may not know that because they're not communicating how they feel to you. And that feels like what's part of the new beginnings as well. Like they are actually going to be communicating that they want to be more than friends with you, that they have feelings for you, that they've had feelings for you, etc. And then you can decide what you want to do from there, right? And then for others of you, like I was talking about, friends and family members who you are connecting to where it is loyal and there is some sort of like commitment to the path that the two of you are on. So I see some of you could be making new friends who feel like soulmates to you, because not all soulmates are romantic. Some soulmates are family members, friends, platonic situations, but that feels like what's coming into like a support system, people who think like you, who share the same views as you, who accept you, etc. And you guys deserve this. You really do. Feels like it's all happening now, between now and the next 6 months. So whenever that new moon is in Taurus in May. All right, those are all the messages. Those are all the cards I feel like pulling out. I feel good about these messages today. Thank you, Spirit. I had so much fun talking to you guys today. Oh, we're back to the puzzle thing where I have to confirm that I'm a real person and that I'm actually here. It's so strange too, because you have to get the puzzle piece like 100% accurate. Like the puzzle piece has to fit perfectly. Otherwise, they make you redo it and they say that you're inactive. I think it's like at the hour mark, usually. So that means I've been live for an hour, which feels good. I love you too. You just saw me on your FYP and it was so spot on. Good. I'm glad that you saw me and I'm glad that it was spot on. Thank you for coming to tell me that. You're welcome. Thank you, Nash. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, everybody who's been tapping the screen and sending comments. Thank you. It's me, Michelle. Loved catching you live. See you next time. See you next time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your full moon. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Twixter62. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mel. Thank you. I will post the replay on YouTube. My YouTube channel is in my bio here on TikTok. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello, I love you, thank you. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. But if you want to catch the replay of this, I always post the replays over on my YouTube channel, Chandler Mastin. You can find that in the link in my bio here on TikTok. I do have that linked in there. Yeah, I think you might have to click the drop down arrow and it'll take you to either my Instagram or my YouTube, but yeah. And then personal readings are in the website, which is in my bio on Instagram and TikTok, and it's in the description box on YouTube. I'm only doing personal readings for like the next 3 weeks, and then I'll be shutting that down again. Just wanted to bring that back around and remind you. Okay, that's it for me today. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something, okay? I'm sending you all love. Take care of yourself, stay hydrated, and I will see you next time. Peace.